Hey guys, I'm Marshall Whitney with ROM Industries, and I'm here today with Bobby from Elite Welding Academy, and we're going to be talking about how to become a weld instructor. And Bobby, what are some of the qualifications to get into the field? What do you need to do? What's your background need to be like? And tell us all about it.
Well, first of all, you got to have that experience. Any school, any industry is going to look for that experience. They want to be able to know that you can come in, that you can TIG, that you can stick, you can flux core, you can MIG, not just only in structural, but in pipe as well. You get into the exotic metals, which is even more of what schools are looking for. It's having a background of welding is the key. Having those that branch off from that, whether it's a CWI, whether you're into non-destructive testing, those things obviously can be helpful. Just that knowledge and that experience is the true key.
Would you say there's more of a time limit that you would like to see an instructor having welded for 10 years, 15 years prior to becoming an instructor? Or if they're good enough and if they're good with people or anything like that, should they go ahead and apply?
Well, I would never tell anyone not to apply. But realistically, just as the job sites or the companies out there looking for welders, they look for anywhere from 3 to 5, 7, 10 years experience. It's the same when you're looking for an instructor. You want that experience. You want to know that they've had that field experience, whether it's in the shop, whether it's out in the plants. You're looking for that experience. I could take a guy that has been in the field for 3 years and see what kind of knowledge he has, and know that he has just as much knowledge as somebody that's been in it for 10 years. That's not really going to be a yes or no, but it helps. It helps a great lot for the experience to have.
What about that secondary set of knowledge? I'd say that's even more important in today's world, where we were just talking to Bailey, and she talked about how great of an impact her early instructors had on her life as a welder and her career as a welder. So I see people as instructors now, they're more than just teaching how to weld. They're also kind of like maybe brand ambassadors and mentors and things like that. These soft skill sets that aren't just burning rod and walking the cup and all these kind of technical things. How important is that?
That is extremely important. Just like when I was talking to her, some of the things that she's gone through. She would be a perfect example of someone to bring into a position like that, because she's been through the ups and the downs. So obviously what she's going to do is she's going to look for to help students, to get them to understand, this is what you're going to see, this is how you deal with this. This is what is possible to happen, and this is how you take care of it and deal with it. So those are prime things that you look for. Like you said, the knowing how to stick weld is awesome. You got to have that. But like you said, the soft core skills are just as important as the actual hands-on.
Well, how do you know when it's time to transition maybe into being an instructor? You've worked for so long, you've got skills, maybe your knees hurt, your back hurts, can't see as well as you used to. How do you know when it might be time for you to do that?
Well, I can tell you, I can just, I'll use me for example. I have 30 years experience in welding, 15 plus years as an instructor, and then decided, after owning my own business and going into work and getting back out into the field, as much as I hate to say it, yes, your knees start to feel it, your back starts to feel it. That is what made me want to get back into this teaching. Not just because of my physical abilities, but it's the fact that I can take all the knowledge that I have and I can help someone, continue or help grow their career. And I think that's more with anybody who decides to get into the instructor side of it is, one, it's, they've done their time. As we like to say, you paid your dues. So now it's a time to start, as you put it, mentor to those that are coming up in the field. You've got to understand that your ability, as far as the knowledge, is always going to be there, but that physical ability, it's going to go. As much as I hate to say it, it's going to go. And that's the reason why I've kind of gotten back into it, or wanted to get back into the teaching aspect of it. One, physically, but two, just knowing that I'm actually helping someone out there, whether it be a young lady or a young man, to get a career in the industry that I've been in for many years, that my dad was in, that several of my family members were in. It's been a great opportunity, and this is just another way to continue.
What are some of the perks, I guess? So we talked about you put in the time. Usually in a job, that means, all right, I'm not the one that has to crawl inside a tower, or I'm not the one that has to lay in the mud. What are the perks then associated with being a teacher or a weld instructor?
You said it right there.
No more of that crap.
It's 6'1" and 230 now, but it wasn't quite that heavy back in the time. Being able to have them to crawl inside a pipe, back weld, or make a repair on a weld or something like that. It's for one, I can tell you right now, the safety that has come up into today is so much better than what it used to be. That I can say that it allows a lot of welders to continue more in their career, but at the same time, you've got to understand your body can do so much, and it's the perk is, yes, you're still going to be in the hot shop, you're still going to have to deal with the heat, and that's never not going to be an issue. You're always going to have to deal with it. But knowing that you get to that chance of being able to take some time off, or you get that opportunity to sit down for a minute and just take a breath. There is a lot of perks to it, whether it's vacation, depending on the company you're working for, or the organization that you're working for is your time off, and just knowing that you're going to be able to go home each night and be with your family, be with your kids, and enjoy life.
Yeah, it's good. So, the good perks outside of related to family life and personal life and things like that. But we all know the good money in welding is being on the road, right? But maybe, I guess what I'm asking is, what are maybe some other opportunities if you want to mentor, you have skills, you have this desire to teach the craft and the trade? What are other opportunities besides just quitting that and becoming an instructor? Like, I've seen you around at the Texas high school welding events. I've seen a lot of guys, shop owners like myself, at these events. Do you know of any opportunities for people like that to be involved, to mentor young folks and teach? And
well, there are several ways. For one, even on your job site, you've got these young recruits, if you will, coming in that may have that skill set, but don't have that experience. Right there, you can use it there. You can put that to use on the job site, and which a lot of companies would love for you to do, just because it makes that new person come in, makes them a better person, better welder, so forth. People like John with JK Welding. He's so involved with the Texas High School Welding Series that it amazes me, and you as well. So I want to put you in there as well. But being able to give to these younger kids, to having a career, to get to that point of, one day having that opportunity to be that same instructor that taught them. so it's just a circle, and it just rotates back and forth. There's so many opportunities out there. It doesn't matter whether you're in a school, whether you're in a fab shop, whether you're out in the chemical plants or the refineries. You have that opportunity to be able to help, teach, and guide, mentor those that are coming up.
Yeah. Well, I got one last question for you, and it's kind of related to where welding is headed. And I think we can agree that instructors are probably at the tip of that spear. And what's the new technology, the new techniques, the new procedures, and all that? What is it like for an instructor these days as part of their continuing education? And what do you see? Are there conferences? Are there schools for the teachers? What is going on in that area to keep instructors up to date and ahead of the curve?
It depends on the company or the organization that you're working with. You want to try to find out what the new processes are, and how they're adjusting, how they're evolving to make things better. There's a lot of information that's out there. It's just a matter of researching, and to be honest with you, I can say for myself, I was one of those that, this is how I was taught. This is how I've always done it. And it took me a little bit to try to start realizing, you know what, I got to grow with the times. And there's new machinery that's out there. There's new techniques that
you're not using a torch and a coat hanger
that
anymore?
we're not going to go back that far, but yes. But there's a lot of information that's out there. You just have to be able to, you need to do your research. You have to have that drive to be able to know that you want to stay up with the industry. And that's why, that's one of the things that, if you get a chance to be on an advisory board for some of these companies, you want to take advantage of that, because you want to be able to get your input into different things that they may not know of. So.
Sure. No, that's a lot of good advice, because you reach out to people, reach out to schools, see what's going on, find guys like Bobby. There's tons of people, tons of knowledge out there to become a welding instructor. That's all that we had today. I think that answers everything. So appreciate you chatting with me about.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Getting folks to teach welding.
Thank you, sir.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Again, I'm Marshall. This is Bobby. Keep watching, like, subscribe. Be sure to share these videos with everyone you know, especially if they want to learn how to be a weld instructor.